Good morning, I'm Kevin Price. Delighted to be with you. Going to spend some time talking to you about you and your business. Going to talk to Henk Van Elfen, and he is with an interesting company with Wealth Minerals, and that's Wealth Minerals Ltd., and you can find them online at wealthminerals.com. And I was noticing recently an interesting story over there at the website ceo.ca about, what you've done in the whole iron ore industry. And you've got some interesting takes on what's happening when it comes to minerals in general. Welcome to the program.
Oh, thanks, Kevin. Glad to be on the program.
Kind of tell us a little bit about your background and a little bit about your story.
Well, it depends on how far back we want to go, of course.
Well, we got about 7 or 8 minutes.
Back as far as you like. Before there were commodities available in the world, or should we start a little later than that?
Yeah, start. Let's get about a 2-minute answer and do what you can with that.
Oh, okay. I came to Canada as an immigrant from Holland. And I was never exposed to the commodity sector in Holland, of course, since we don't really have any mines there. But I came here to live in the wilderness, which is what I did. I built myself a cabin, lived for a year hunting and fishing, which, of course, hunting is not so popular these days, as you can well imagine. But I had to do this, of course, to stay alive. And by virtue of becoming a great outdoorsman, I kind of fell into the exploration world. And that's how I really started. I went to university after that. As a student, I got a job with a mining company, and I have never left the industry since. So I've been doing this since 1980 now, and I started as a contractor, an exploration contractor, and eventually wound my way into the resource sector where I am now in the early 90s, and then my first place of operation was in South America. So I really was one of the early movers into South America, Argentina first, and then Peru, Ecuador, Bolivia, Chile, Colombia. So we were all over South America.
Yeah, very good, very good. Talk about what's going on today on the minerals front.
Well, we have been in a let's say a bear market since 2011. Now we've had a fantastic run from '09. Let's say what happened in '08. So the market kind of came back in 2002, 2003. Had a big run to '08. Then the world collapsed for a very short time. In '08, it started again till 2011, and then now we've been in a bear market for 5 years almost.
Very good. Talk a little bit about what the situation you see now in 2015.
Well, 2015. So I was just, I read papers every day. So papers will always tell you that. I always say, you see enough words, the truth may be amongst them. Yeah. So there's more and more chatter when you read papers about overvalued stocks out there. So the big boards are getting higher. You saw suddenly Viacom going down, Apple was getting hit. So there is kind of a chatter out there of, we are in a very overpriced situation, and some people may disagree with this, but it's more and more. These things are all self-fulfilling. So eventually you'll see a rotation going back into the commodity sector. So one of these days, and I hopefully rather tomorrow or next year, people will start to look at what's an undervalued sector, and then obviously the commodity sector is one of the foremost to look at.
Oh, I see. So it's almost like it's like taking advantage of a sell right now.
Well, you have to kind of be a contrarian. You buy low and you sell high. Yeah. So where do you buy low in this marketplace? And our industry, it's probably been never this cheap in its entire history. So yeah, gold is still sitting at around $1,100. Gold companies have probably never been this low before. So this is a great opportunity to buy. I'm not saying you're going to make money tomorrow, but for me, it means I need to acquire with the companies that I'm involved with, Wealth Minerals being the main one. We need to start acquiring projects, because once once it turns around, things go up fairly quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And it always happens very suddenly. It goes down very suddenly, and it comes up very suddenly.
How do you explain the pent up demand? I mean, I understand the Great Recession would have a role in it, but and we keep on hearing an economy in recovery, which I think there's a lot of smoke and mirrors when it comes to that as well. But tell us a little bit about what your thoughts on for this pent up demand.
Well, the world is growing every day. You have China. As much as China is slowing down, it's still growing with well over 6%. You got India growing. You got lots of places in the world that have enormous growth. And even though people say, "Oh yeah, China's slowing down," if you look at let's say the real demand in terms of dollars, it's going up way higher than the boom years of 2004. I think there was an increase in the economy in China of 200. Let's say, I don't remember the numbers exactly, but let's say $240 billion. Today it's triple that, because even though it's slowing down in a much bigger economy.
Yeah. No.
There's people coming in this world every day, and all of them want to, drive cars and have refrigerators.
Henk Van Elfen, by the way, he's Chief Executive, President, and Director of Wealth Minerals Ltd., wealthminerals.com. Final thoughts before I let you go, sir?
Final thoughts, this is the time to start looking at the commodity sector. That would be my thought. It's Economics 101. When commodity prices are high, people look for alternatives. Overproduction sets in, prices go down. Prices go down, everybody stops producing, everybody wants to buy more because it's cheap. Yeah.
Yep. Makes sense. Thank you very much, sir. When we come back,
thank you very much.
You bet. When we come back, much more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdatyreview.com, and this is The Price of Business.